welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda. If you're new here, I'm gonna be doing my makeup and chatting with you guys. Next week I'm gonna be telling a true crime story, but this week we're gonna be talking about the law of attraction. So basically the law of attraction is the idea that whatever you think and attract will come into fruition. Fruition into reality. That's the word. So, yeah, so basically the law of attraction is that whatever you're attracting is going to become your reality. So you obviously want good things to happen to you. You don't want bad things to happen to you. So, and it's used by, like the way you get those things is by manifesting. And yeah, basically the universe will always be taking care of you the way that it needs to, and will always be guiding you in the right direction. And this doesn't necessarily mean that like bad things will never happen to you. It just means that like when life does get rough, like there's always the idea and hope that your spirit guides will and the universe will take care of you. So like one example is that I've always had this idea and goal that I wanted to open my own school. So for kids with special needs. So I was going to school to be a special education teacher, and in high school I took this class that was called Teacher Cadet, and basically you learn how to be a teacher and then you go into a classroom and volunteer under a teacher, and they help you like teach and come up with like lessons, and then you have to like teach that lesson plan. And yeah, it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I worked with the person who was my kindergarten teacher, and I had the best time ever. I loved it so much. Sorry, drinking my coffee. But I kind of like fell off that path. I went on exchange and I took like a writing course, and I really fell in love with writing. And another one of my goals has always to be published. And I do have a couple novels that I'm working on, which is awesome. But anyway, so yeah, I fell off that path and I graduated school with an English degree, changed my major and everything. And I was just working like in and odd jobs. I worked for my dad for a little while. And then my mom started working in the billing office at this clinic. And she was like, yeah, it's a clinic for autistic children, and they provide what they call ABA therapy, which is applied behavior analysis therapy. So, and they are always hiring for behavioral therapists because it is a hard job. So yeah, anyways, so I was like, dude, that sounds so cool. I want to do that. Like, I want to be back with children. I really miss working with them. Like, I love doing that. I want to do that. So I applied and got the job and worked there for a few months. And then I was talking to one of my supervisors who's a BCBA, which is a board certified behavioral analyst. And basically they like create the programs, and then what I do right now is I just run the program with the client. So I work direct with clients and I provide the therapy, and the behavioral analyst creates the program and then supervises behavioral therapists and clients, and runs interventions, like teaches behavioral therapists what to do, like that kind of thing. And I was like, dang, I really want to do that. That sounds so cool. So I found out that at the school the university I went to, they had a program for behavioral analysts, and it was actually started by one of the behavioral analysts at my work. And I was like, dude, so cool. So I applied, got in, and I started my master's program today. I started today, and I'm so excited because, like, obviously the step would be to be a BCBA for a while and then become a clinic manager, which they are in charge of like all the BCBAs. And then like the next step would be for me to open my own school or clinic, which is super exciting. And I can't even believe that, like, that is actually, like, my dream of opening my own school used to be so big to me that I couldn't even fathom it. Like, it was actually hard for me to talk about because I just, like, was like, oh, it will never happen. Like, it'll never happen. And then it's come so close to happening that I'm like, I can't believe this. And it's all because I put so much energy and effort, and of course I have to like continue to put that energy and effort into it. And I just can't even believe that that's like something that could possibly be in my future. Like, it's crazy, but I'm also so very excited. I can't wait for the next steps in my life. But anyways, yeah, so like basically the law of attraction is that you use manifesting to have the things you want come into fruition, and kind of like basically like asking you shall receive. So people ask for all kinds of things, like money and like their careers and like getting into this university that they want and like all kinds of stuff, and all those things are possible through manifesting. But of course also like the law of attraction takes action and effort. Like, it's, things aren't just gonna come to you basically magically. You have to work for the things that you want, but you're like basically you're like manifesting those open doors and those possibilities to come to you with ease, and so that the journey isn't as difficult if you just like didn't manifest or didn't believe. So in order to get these good things, of course you have to attract them, right? And you can't like be attracting bad things, so you always have to be positive and have joy. And the way you can get these things is by practicing gratitude and by like just believing that you deserve these great things that are going to be happening to you, and like listening to affirmations. So I like to use this app called the Think Up app, and I listen to it at night when I'm falling asleep. And then basically because you're falling asleep, like your subconscious is always listening though. So my subconscious listens to my affirmations at night. And I'll talk about like the brain waves frequencies that your brain, there's 3 of them, and I will talk about those later. But basically the idea is that you're always being positive and joyful, and then positive things will creating. You have to have a joyous memory. So like always right before I ask for signs or for manifesting, I either practice gratitude or I think of a really, really joyous memory, and that brings joy into my mind, and then I manifest the things that I want. So I basically ask my spirit guides to show me that I'm on the right path, or that those things are coming. Another way to practice high vibrations in your brain is to like pay attention more to like what you're enriching your brain with. So like if you're enriching your brain with people who are negative and people who are always like complaining and stuff, then like it's gonna be harder for you to attract positive things, because your subconscious is literally always thinking, and it's when they hear like I can't, I don't, like negative things, then it's gonna think that it can't do those things. So you have to like, so one of my affirmations is that like I am capable of doing everything that I set my mind to, and that way my brain is, so I'm rewiring my habitual thoughts of the things that I can and will do, so that I'm not thinking always negative. So another great thing to think about is like the people you're around, and also the things you listen to and watch. So I do love me some true crime, and I will never ever stop with true crime, even though it can be negative. But I pay attention to how much I listen to it now. So like I take breaks, and in between a true crime podcast, I will listen to a positive one. So I like to listen to a podcast by Haley Hoffman, and she talks about the law of attraction a lot, and she her podcast is called Big Conversations. So she talks about the law of attraction, obviously. And yeah, so I like to listen to something positive. I'll also listen to like What We Said podcast. They're so positive. JC and Chelsea are so positive on that podcast, and they just have like amazing advice. So I'll listen to one of those in between my true crime podcast, or like if I'm watching a true crime episode, or if I'm watching like also just like Criminal Minds or NCIS or anything like that, I'll watch like a few episodes of like Friends or New Girl, Gilmore Girls, whatever, something else that's like positive and uplifting. Kind of like think of it as like a palate cleanser. Yeah, just because I don't want to be like overwhelmed with negative things, even though I still really like those things. Yeah, they're not necessarily like bad negative things, they're just not completely like uplifting things that I partake in, I guess. Anyway, yeah, so just always like be careful, and like on social media and stuff, if you're always like inside, like if you're paying attention to like negative things on social media, then that is also something that I would keep aware of, because then you're just like, basically you're just like taking in all of this negative stuff and this negative energy into your beautiful mind, and you don't want to do that. No, you don't want to do that. Enrich yourself with positive things, and you will attract positive things. Okay, so start paying attention to like what you're doing. And I think this is good advice even for people who don't like necessarily believe in the law of attraction. Like, just like if you're always around negative people, or you're always watching negative things, or you're always like on social media doing negative things, then like how are you gonna be happy? You're just gonna be like down and low all the time. That's no fun. Don't do that. So yeah, that's why I like the law of attraction and the positivity part about it, because it has made me like, I think, a better person, and I just am able, like when pardon my French, when shit happens, like I'm more able to think about it as like, well, yeah, it happened, but guess what? Now it's done and over with. There's no reason to like keep fretting or to keep thinking about it, because I just need to deal with the problem and move on. Like, I don't know. I know so many people who just like sit there and think about all the negative things, and I'm just like, honey, move on. Like, you don't need to sit there. Like, yeah, sit in your feelings and cry for a little bit, but don't, like, let's not cry about it for ages, okay? Like, let's move on. You know? Shit happens. We have to move on and focus on better things, because I truly do believe that, like, when one door closes, another door opens, and that's just a better opportunity for you to... Okay, so if you're learning about the law of attraction, my favorite movie right now, and probably forever now, is gonna be Soul. If you haven't seen Soul on Disney, okay, first of all, if you don't have Disney Plus, what are you doing with your life? Get it together. Get it together and get Disney Plus. And then watch Soul, because it is an amazingly cute, inspiring movie. And it talks about things that go with the law of attraction. Oh, I love that movie. Another really, really good movie is A Wrinkle in Time. So if you have not seen that movie either, that's a good movie. And then Haley Hoffman. In one of her podcast episodes, recommended Cloud Atlas. I have yet to see that movie, but I heard that one's also really good if you want to learn more about like the law of attraction. There's this thing called the shadow. This is very serious. The shadow will ruin you. Okay? The shadow is your ego, and basically your ego is the animal instincts and your like habitual thoughts and like reactions and behaviors. And here's my think up reminder to practice how come you can't see it? Anyways, to practice my affirmations. Also, this is my vision board. If you start to manifest and stuff, do a vision board. It's amazing, because then I see it every day. These are the things I'm working towards. These are the things I want in life. It's awesome. I love it. Anyways, okay, back to your shadow. So basically, it's your ego, your animal instincts, your habitual thoughts, reactions, and behaviors. And we have to rewire those to be positive and to think differently and to work harder than we typically would, so that we can get the things that we want and need. And shadow is neither bad or good, but it is repressed emotions that cause disease in your soul. Okay, so repressed emotions that cause disease in your soul. So it's things that are blocking you from actually manifesting the things that you want. So there's this thing called shadow work, and you can do it through you can rewire it through emotional freedom technique, which is basically like tapping like this with an affirmation. So sometimes I'll do that too if I'm having like a really bad day. Even though I listen to my affirmations every night, I'll sometimes do this too. So I'll be like, I deserve all good things. 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 So you have pressure points here, 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 and here, if I'm correct. Let me look it up real quick. Yeah, so here, 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 and here, and I guess there's one here too, but I don't do that one. So yeah, you just like repeatedly tap until you kind of enter like a meditation state, and even then you can like continue on, and that just like helps reaffirm your affirmations. Does that make sense? It's really good for you, okay? Just do it. Just do it. Okay. There are 3 wavelengths that your mind can be in. And the first one, beta wavelength, and that's basically where you're like talking, thinking, living, doing daily tasks. That's what we're basically in, like, I don't know, 90% of the time, I guess. And then there is the alpha wavelength, and that is when you are in a repetitive state of like, and you're like, whoa, I hope I didn't run a red light. Like, I was not paying attention. That is when your brain is in alpha wavelength. You're just kind of like mindlessly doing stuff. That is a great time to listen to affirmations. But even the best time is when you are in theta wavelengths, and this is like what they call the magic sweet spot, and that is because you are so deep into meditation that your brain will accept whatever it's being told, and this can easily happen right as you're falling asleep. So that is why I listen to my affirmations right as I'm falling asleep, because it's the magic sweet spot. And so like my brain is telling me is accepting whatever I tell it. And yeah, honestly, I've noticed improvement in my mental health, and yeah, I love it. I think it's awesome. So I would definitely recommend the Think Up app. It's really awesome because, also not sponsored, but you can sponsor me if you want, Think Up. Anyway, I think it's really awesome because so you can choose from their library of affirmations, or you can write your own, and then you record them, and then when you listen to them, it plays it in your own voice. So it's basically yourself telling you that you like deserve these things and these things that you're grateful for, and like all kinds of good stuff. It's awesome. I love it. Yeah, so also practicing gratitude is like super important. Like if I'm ever feeling low, or like, why don't I have these things yet? Like, why isn't it coming fast enough? Blah, blah, blah. I practice gratitude because you have to be thankful for where you're at first before you can welcome in new things. Like, you can't just get all kinds of new stuff and then like not be thankful for where you were at to begin with. You can't be ungrateful. Don't be an ungrateful, rude person, okay? Okay? Let's talk about the 7 steps of manifesting. Step 1. Have a clear vision of what you want. What are you working towards? So basically, right now, one thing that I'm manifesting is to be a BCBA. So I have a clear vision. I want to be a BCBA. I'm on that floor, and I'm telling behavioral therapists what they need to do, and I see that client, and I'm intervening, and I'm working my ass. You have a clear vision. Step 2, ask the universe for it. So you either say it out loud, which is the best way, you can write it or you can say it in your mind. Like if it just comes up in your head and you're like in front of people, don't talk to yourself. That's weird. Maybe save it for later and talk about it out loud. But those are great things. So talk about it, write about it, or think it. Okay? Number 3. You have to work towards your goals. You have to make actions. It's not just gonna appear. Like, I don't just get to be a BCBA. I have to go to I have to do a master's program. I have to take a test to be certified. So I can't just like wake up one day and have a Tesla. Like, no, I have to work towards that. Okay, so action. Step number 4, trust the process. Right when it's getting hard, that means it's coming. It's coming. You have to trust that the universe and your spirit guides will always take care of you, and they know your path and they are helping you towards it. Step number 5, keep vibrations high. So practice gratitude, listen to affirmations, overwhelm yourself with positive yay things, okay? Number 6, receive what you get and acknowledge it. So if it's not exactly what you were hoping for, acknowledge that maybe you weren't clear enough, or that you still have to do some work, and that you're trusting the process and that you're maintaining positivity. And number 7, clear resistance. Clear resistance. That is where the EFT comes in. Emotional freedom technique. Doing that shadow work. Clearing everything that's stopping you from getting what you want. Best way to attract things is not with I hope or I want or I need. It is I am. So when I manifest that I want to be a BCBA, I say that I am a BCBA. I am already that thing. Because I believe so heartedly that it is coming that I already am that. I'm already claiming that I am one. Not really. That's unethical. But that's basically what I'm doing. Okay, and I need some magnet towards. So you're a magnet towards, I'm a magnet towards money. Money is coming my way. I'm a magnet towards love. Love is coming my way. And also, I am seeking like a sign that love is on my way, or I am seeking that money is on my way, whatever. So the key terms to manifesting is I am a magnet towards, and I am attracting, because those words are stronger than I hope, I want. I am a magnet. I am glued to this thing. Okay, yeah, that's basically like a rundown of what the law of attraction is. So, manifesting, positivity, overwhelming yourself with joy. So, also, another thing to keep in mind is you cannot manifest for others. You can only manifest for yourself. So, just keep that in mind. I don't know. Go listen to Haley Hoffman. Go read Abraham Hicks. There's this new documentary coming out on Amazon about the law of attraction. So go pay attention to that. And if I didn't convince you, then I hope that you at least just maintain positivity in your life, and that you welcome new and bright things into your life, and that you know that you're beautiful, you're worthy, and you deserve everything good that comes to you. Because you're an exceptional human being, and we need you on this earth. So, I hope you guys have a great week. I will see you soon. Love ya. Stay tuned next week for a true crime story, an unsolved true crime story. Bye, guys.